What is up, Planeswalkers? Therex6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. And there were enough people who liked the comment, so we're going to go ahead and play some Singleton, especially since it's going to leave soon. A lot faster. Okay, that looks like a mess. It'll leave a lot faster than I expected, so... This is very similar to the deck I did apparently 3 weeks ago. It feels like longer, and at the same time, more recently. But, yeah. Very, very similar. There have been a few changes here and there. But for the most part, this is just a 5-color deck that plays a decent number of Planeswalkers, a lot of high-end good creatures, and ramp in the lockets, and some removal early game. This, if you want to see, is these are some of the cards that I considered putting in, and just couldn't really justify doing it. Yeah, I played a game. Yeah, played a game to just make sure the mana situation was how I wanted it. I went up to 24 from 23. I might flood out a little bit, but I was finding in my weird practice things that it's just like too often the hands were just not as good, and I think I would rather with this deck have just too many lands than not enough. But one thing that I noticed when I was trying to practice for this video is that because there's an entry fee, it's really hard to practice. It's really hard to like work on a deck for this format. Chair Radish, that's weird. But that's kind of lame. Like, I really don't like that. This is a fine hand. One of the reasons I really like Discovery here is that you can cast it pretty easily because it's blue or black. So we're going to Guildgate here into Forest, I think. I guess we could Forest into Cemetery. This is a white, relatively aggressive deck. I think I do want to... Part of me wants to slow roll the Guildgate so that I can Discovery on 2. But a part of me wants to make sure I can play the Locket on 3. That said, if I Discovery on 2, the likelihood of me getting a third untapped land should be relatively high, so I think I'm going to go with that line. Alright, they're playing Boros. Yeah, it's going to be a weenie-esque deck. I don't think I'm going to be too afraid of this. Ritual Soot is very nice, and Temple Garden is also good. So yeah, I should be able to Ritual on 4? Yeah. So yeah, this coming up turn, I'm going to Temple for Dimir, and then Ritual the following turn. Yeah. Yep, seems good. They're, of course, going to have a 1-1 still, but that should be fine. Alright, cool. This is going to be slightly painful. That should be okay. There's potential that I don't need to Ritual Soot. That's real bad. One, two, three, four. Be down to 5? Alright. I'm gonna lock it. Assassin's Trophy, the Rekindling Phoenix when it attacks me. And then Ritual Soot on my turn. That's fine. That gets hit by this Ritual. So I'm gonna go down to 5? 4? 5? Something like that. Hopefully, of course, like that's barring my opponent having a pump spell, which they absolutely could. I'm just hoping that they don't. Yep, that's fine. Alright, so I am alive. I'm dead to burn spells, but luckily, there shouldn't be too much burn happening. Our opponent is going to have a 1-1. Yep. Let's see. Next turn, I can... Well, if I draw a land, I'm almost certainly going to Tatyova, I think. Because it gets me back in the game a bit more. But I can just Chupacabra here. Chupacabra seems weird. Maybe it's a fairy. No, I don't want to die out of nowhere. So I think it is correct to Chupacabra this. If my opponent plays something more threatening, Teferi can still get rid of it. Let's see. Okay, they didn't burn me. Well, I have to let them draw a card. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go in Tatiova. This gets us out of shock range, which is nice. Next turn I can Karns. No, I can't. I don't have double blue. I'm a dirty liar. Alright, I'm dead. Oh man, that's unfortunate. We are playing a greedy deck, so the super aggressive decks are going to plague us. Doth plague us the wise. Yeah, it's fine. Had to take too much damage early game. Opponent had a decent curve. So. That's an apt avatar, I think, for Robot Has a Heart. But I just have a problem with this being a pay-to-play format. This is a keepable hand. I Glacial Fortress first, and then Forest, and I can hold it Best Scatter. But like, you can't practice with your decks. You can't refine them. There's no like potential metagame going on. It's just annoying. Next turn I'll go ahead and Guildgate. Discovery if they force my Essence Scatter. Hold up Essence Scatter. Otherwise. I don't want that on the field. I don't want to just be pinged to death. Ritual Soot is helpful. I'll go into Discovery. I don't want either of those. I can theoretically get them back with Muldrotha, so just want to find lands. That is a land. And I will pass. So next turn I can play Teferi, depending of course on what exactly my opponent does here. Almost certainly they're playing a control deck as well, right? So I don't think I want to just throw a Teferi out into a counterspell. The problem, of course, is I can't really do anything efficient on, like, my opponent's turn. So maybe I do just play Teferi and hope that they don't have a counterspell. They almost certainly do, though. But I don't really want to let them get to 6 and just drop a Niv. Although I could just Teferi minus on the Niv, so sure. Alright, they didn't have a Chemist's Insight, which is very helpful. Sure, that is fine. I think I do just Teferi here. Yeah, I think I want to Teferi first. Yeah, I think I want to Teferi plus and then Assassin's Trophy this.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Because I don't want this to die to a shock, is the thing.
Hurry!
Oh, I do need to do this though. That and this. So I get red mana from the Foundry. Locket I can use end of turns. They just, yeah, cool. So I will just cast, no, plus Teferi first. Gotta always, usually you want to draw first. Give yourself maximum information. Go away, Scorpion.
Let's skip to the good part.
Ooh, Pelaga Worm. I could cast that this turn, but I don't want to because I want it to resolve. Dragonskull Summit would come in tapped anyway, so Do I want this untapped? Could I activate this? No, I couldn't activate it. Oh, no, yeah, I could have. Yeah. Let's do this. Oh, right, I get to untap things anyway. So, I can just play this tapped. I don't need to take 2 damage. You negated that? I guess it draws me cards. Yeah, it's fine. I sincerely think that Wizards should be less cagey about just offering free game modes. And I think even here, right, like Singleton, you can have sideboard at Singleton. I don't know how many people are going to play it. But you could do it. You could have a free best of 1 ladder. Just same thing I was talking about with Pauper. Free best of 1 ladder. And if you want, you can go ahead and play. You can go ahead and pay gold for an actual, like, competitive game mode with actual rewards. I think that'd be reasonable. We are just sitting here toying with each other. Yeah, I got a nickel Bolos. I'll still play that first. Did I keep Banefire in this deck? I think I did.
Keep up the pace.
I didn't keep Expansion Explosion. I felt that it wasn't good enough. I will absolutely just Ultimate Teferi next turn. If they give me a chance. So, I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I assume they're going to, like, burn to... they could burn Teferi for a bunch. End of my turn. With Explosion. So part of me wants to cast something. I guess we'll cast a Bolos here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I could wait till next turn to Bolos and be able to cast Muldrotha, but Muldrotha doesn't do anything. We'll just cast Bolos, I suppose. I'm not worried about Bolos getting countered. It didn't get countered. I'm incredibly surprised. My opponent is on spells. Okay, they Spit Flame it, sure. Do you have a Niv in your hand? And if you do, I'm still just gonna Ultimate Teferi. Am I gonna Ultimate Teferi if they play a Niv? Probably. I can just exile it, right? Exile target. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this deck has issues against Super Aggro, which is why, as you saw, we had like most of the board wipes that we can play, maybe all of them. And against Control, we should be able to just beat them. Because we just outvalue them better. I would like to see... I guess they did this on purpose. So I was going to say I'd like to see Arena Modern already, but we're not going to get it soon because of the way they did the thing. This is not a great hand. We do have Deafening Clarion, which can help us survive. We are going second, which does draw us cards. But honestly, I think mulliganing is just worse. Since we do have a playable board wipe and good cards to get us back in the game. I think it's fine. Obviously, we want our opponent to be on control of some sort. But, so, what they said was, when your cards rotate, they want you to be able to use them. So they're going to make some sort of Arena Modern format. I will Temple Garden first. But, since they went into open beta, and there was going to be a large wipe, we weren't going to have those cards anyway. So, they essentially pushed this game mode back so far, because now we don't have to wait till rotation for, gosh, a while, right? When is the next rotation? If you're ever curious about what's in Standard, there's a website called What's in Standard. And it's great. I currently use it all the time. So let's see. totally paying attention to what my opponent's doing. Alpha Vander, sure. Let's see. Q4 2019. So I believe the next rotation is the end of 2019. We have an entire year before we like kind of need to have that solution, right? That sucks. I would love to play with, for example, a lot of the cards from from Amonkhet. But if rotation's not occurring until 2019, they have like no. I mean, they don't have any obligation now, technically, but they have no obligation to meet that style of demand. We're going to Clarion here because if our opponent plays a single creature, then we can just Eldritch Reborn it. If they play a Planeswalker, we can Eldritch Reborn it. So I think that's a decent move for us. And if they don't, then we can just Vivian Reed. So, or Ral. I don't know which one's better. Probably Ral. Oh no, they might play two things. No, they just played one. All right. I'll just play the Clifftop Retreat, I guess. And we will do this. We have Muldrotha mana, but our opponent probably is on some sort of... Oh, no, next turn I'm absolutely... If Eldritch Reborn is still alive on my next turn, I'm going to cast Muldrotha because theoretically, if it gets killed, I can get it back with Eldritch Reborn. So that's fine. And if not, I'm just going to get Vine Mare and kill my opponent with their own Vine Mare. Vraska, sure. You going to sack and get a thing?
And what I do is win. An unfortunate casualty.
So I'm very minorly afraid that my opponent is going to Nullhide Ferox me. No, looks like they're going to blow up my Eldritch Reborn. Unfortunate, but sure. I'll get an island. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. I could play 7. So I could Assassin's Trophy this and play Ral, I think is the correct decision. I don't know why I said it like Ral. But I do need to make sure I have Black Green up, and I do, so I will Ral. And I Ral first, just because I don't know what this deck is playing. I'll get a Profane Profession. Seems good to me. And I will trophy this. Cool. And we should theoretically be in the driver's seat now. Next turn we can... 8? No, we won't be able to do this. If we draw an untapped land, we would be able to Profane Procession and activate it. It would need to be black. Yeah, but there's so many opportunities. This was hit on in Merchant's recent Tier 2 podcast with Alias V and Trudon, I think was there. Yeah, Petrify was out. I could kill something. Kill this. Takes 1. I think that's fine. And then, let's see. This is... Yeah, so I could play Vivian and Profane Procession. She almost always hits lands. I don't have very many creatures in this deck. But it's fine. Now we have Profane Procession up. We're sitting pretty. So on the recent Tier 2 podcast, they talked about the fact that one of the best things about Magic, right? Like, it's really the way it was designed. It's perfect for making so many different ways to play, right? And Wizards is like not leaning into that enough, in my opinion, and in their opinion, with Magic Arena. Let people play the types of games they want to play. You don't need to force everyone to be playing Standard. Does limiting it make them more money? Possibly. I don't have the numbers for that. I'm not an economist. I don't know. But if you let people play the formats that they want to play, they're going to stick with the game longer, and then you can get them to spend money on cosmetics, right? You can tailor those cosmetics to the specific game modes they want. Like, you can have a Pauper bundle that gives you like interesting Pauper themed sleeves, avatars, game boards, things like that. You can monetize I'll do this first, I guess. You can monetize non-standard formats, and by giving them full access to a format that they want, even if it's just, you know, Singleton all the time, Brawl eventually, but like, you know, Singleton, Pauper, and new Modern, Arena Modern, even if those don't drive sales of new packs, which I doubt that they won't, you can still make money off of those people. But you give them the opportunity to stay in the game, to stay in the client, to stay in the ecosystem. And when they're in the ecosystem, you can milk them. If they leave, if a new player comes in, or not even a true new player, but a player who, you know, they've played Magic here and there, they understand Standard a little bit, but, you know, they're a little wary about jumping into a rank, especially since the rank system right now is hot trash. Right? There are plenty of people I know who should not be in Bronze, but are, because the rank system's garbage. If this player jumps into a game with their new player deck, like the two-color deck that Wizards gives them, and they face against someone like me, who they can do, if I'm playing a jank deck that has a ton of synergy and, you know, is too good for that. Oh god. I don't know if my opponent's roping me or if I disconnect. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep talking because if that single experience might give them a bad enough taste in their mouth that they're going to quit the game and likely not come back to it. You can see this a lot in... I play an MMO called Elder Scrolls Online. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may know that it had a horrible launch. Ooh, Tatiova, hello. People still, to this day, talk about how bad that launch was. Right? The game is amazing, at least in my opinion. As of right now, the game it's perfect to me, right? I utterly love the game. But a single bad experience with something is very effective. It's called, well, there's a conditioned taste aversion, which is really strong. Conditioned aversion is so much stronger than conditioned... I don't know the opposite, but, you know, being conditioned to dislike something is a lot easier than being conditioned to like something. So, like, a single experience, because they're forced into a ranked ladder, right? They're forced into this standard metagame. One bad move, and that person's gone forever. You can no longer make money from them. And maybe you made some money where they bought the welcome bundle or something like that. But if they see and know about Pauper, where they know that every single deck they face is going to be nothing but commons, even if they lose, it's going to feel less bad because they're not coming against this. Well, that's not... I always think that's rare. But, you know, a bunch of rares. I probably diatribed too long and lost everyone. I apologize. But I wish Wizards would lean into what makes Magic unique. And in my opinion, it's not the mana system. It's not the world, even. Those things obviously are very important. But in my opinion, the way Magic works is that so many different people can play the game in so many different ways. I have to kill my opponent at some point. Guess I'll, like, Carnage Tyrant them. My opponent's, like, wasting my time. I'm, like, wasting their time, too, I guess.
The wilds are my shield.
Second Nicobolus, why not? Plus, why not? Let's get a Discovery, sure. Let's play one of these. Let's play one of these. Start flying over them. I don't need a Discovery, I guess. I'll just start killing them with Nicol Bolas. Can steal the Vraska from them. Yeah, probably just do that next turn. Rude. I was gonna use that to kill you. Why? I guess I'll just cast Muldrotha. Sure. Let's put her into alt range. Sure, let's get a district person. Let's do one of these things. Sure, look. Get the fairy. Why not? Play a Watery Grave. I'm gonna deck myself. It's Muldrotha, I guess. No, I'll Carnage Tower instead. Oh, sure, let's Teferi as well.
I won't. No time for a break.
I really shouldn't be drawing any more cards. I guess I'll just eat that and then hit them. Oh wait, I can just Vivian and not care. Yeah, I'm just gonna Vivian Ultimate and not care. They're moving in the right direction. I think Wizards honestly truly does want Arena to be not necessarily the entire future of Magic, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put a lot more focus on. Oh yeah, dude, I don't even remotely care. If they put a lot more focus on getting like everyone to play Arena, right? If that means they're going to start having Arena only tournaments, where you don't have to travel, right? I mean, I think Wizards is likely to go in that direction just because of like, logistical things, but
Ooh, let's see what we got.
sure, why not? Let's keep drawing cards.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
I have Vigilance, Indestructible, and Trample. I'm going to kill you. I feel bad because I'm on this like soapbox house of cards and glass. So don't go tossing your stones around. I feel like I'm on this soapbox and I have like no authority to be talking about this, but at the same time, right? Like, I love this game, and I want more people to play this game. I want people to know the joy that I've come to know because of Magic, right? I'm able to go essentially anywhere in the country. Obviously, this is probably going to be different depending on the country you are in, but I'm in the United States. I'm pretty much able to go anywhere in the country, and I will be able to find someone who plays this game. And even if we're not going to become friends, I will have someone to talk to. I will have some sort of net, some sort of social net because of Magic, right? This is a mulligan. If one of these was blue, I'd keep it because Search for Azcanta, but this is mulligan. That's a mulligan. That is a very, very sad keep. No. Alright, so this is probably going to be our second loss, which is fine. Alright, so we'll play this tapped. We can Dimir Luck on 3, which is helpful. And then on 4, we can play Bolas. A lot of green-black I'm seeing. I played in practice games as well, and it was pretty much the same. A lot of green-black. I mean, green-black is value. It does have a decent amount of pressure. And a decent late game, but hopefully I'll be able to stem the tide enough that I will be able to win, and not my opponent. That's no good. So if they have a Ferox here, I'm probably screwed. Oh, right, I have to pick. Yeah, take that, I don't care. Ow, how dare you? Chapel is nice. I do think I just bolus, though. Yeah. Bolus threatens Karn. Cool, they didn't have Ferox, very helpful.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a Llanowar Elf. I don't want you killing the Planeswalker. Freebooter takes Fight with Fire, I assume. They might take Procession. But I am going to attack their Karn. They very well might block. Don't you dare kill my Karn, or my Bolus. You suck and I hate you. I do have Muldrotha, though. Let's see. I need a green source. Am I going to just cast Muldrotha? I might have to. I think I kind of had to. I think I have to kind of Hail Mary here and cast Muldrotha, hope it lives. Never mind, I'm stupid. They can just -1, kill my Muldrotha, and I'm out of gas. I'm not dead yet. Let's see. I could have Fight with Fire this into playing the Profane Procession. I'd be at 7 here. Yeah, no, I think that was just a mistake on my part. I should have just killed this. I don't have enough mana for that, right? No, not even close. I'm not dead if I do this, so. Problem is I'm going to be dead soon. Yeah, I think that was just a misplay on my part. I didn't take into account the Karn.
Your patience is rewarded.
Yeah, now they can go ahead and exile the Muldrotha. To be fair, I have very few ways of getting it back, but almost certainly getting rid of the, yeah, Muldrotha just to make sure I can't. Yep, I'm screwed. Could draw Cleansing Nova. Didn't draw Cleansing Nova. Oh well. Kind of good timing though. Yeah, honestly, I wish I was able to just play this deck more, because I do have fun with it. It's just I can't justify it, right? Because no, because of the random nature of the format, I can't really justify it. Because I could just get screwed on mana because I'm playing a stupid deck. Let's do one of those and I don't know. Let's do one of these. Alright. Sure. Well, I hope those of you who wanted to see some Singleton action are happy. Singleton, it's a fun format. I do like it. I'm just not a fan of how exactly it's implemented right now. Maybe we'll see some changes. This is still technically beta, so we'll see. But I'd like to thank Easy Mode, DizzyFam, Radberry, Kyoshin, Daniel, Flowerchild, Zaraga, Madco's Bad, and another patron for their wonderful support over on Patreon. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you'll find links to that in the description down below. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if I was ranting a bit much. If you did, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment in the comment section down below. And until next time, all will be one.